Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. If you're passionate about the secrets of European royalty and extraordinary destinations, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with your royal-loving friends. Your feedback is invaluable, so please tell us what you think of this incredible royal adventure. Today, I'm taking you on an absolutely extraordinary adventure that took place in the heart of the Danish summer, when mystery and royal elegance collided on a secret island of enchanting charm. Imagine for a moment this scene worthy of a modern-day fairy tale. The majestic royal ship Dannebrog cleaves the crystal-clear waters of the Baltic Sea, carrying two of the most fascinating figures of the European monarchy. King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark have just set foot on the island of Aero, a rare gem nestled south of Funen, during their legendary summer cruise that has the world dreaming of. This royal escapade, which took place on Tuesday, August 20, 2024, represents much more than a simple official visit. It is a true journey of discovery into the heart of the Danish soul, a deep dive into the very essence of this Nordic kingdom, which continues to fascinate with its unique blend of modernity and ancestral traditions. The island of Aero, often nicknamed the European Las Vegas of express weddings, hides behind this surprising name cultural and natural treasures of breathtaking beauty. King Frederik X, who acceded to the throne in January 2024 following the surprise abdication of his mother, Queen Margrethe II, is discovering his kingdom with a fresh perspective and infectious passion. This first summer cruise as sovereign is of considerable symbolic importance. Accompanied by his wife Mary, this former Australian lawyer who has become one of Europe's most admired queens, they embody a modern and accessible monarchy, capable of reinventing itself while preserving the centuries-old heritage of the Danish crown. The island of Aero stretches across 68 square kilometers of pure Scandinavian wonder. Its rolling landscapes, sandy beaches, and picturesque villages with colorful houses create a setting worthy of the most beautiful Nordic postcards. But what makes this island truly exceptional is its unique atmosphere, a perfect blend of Danish rural authenticity and an understated sophistication that has won over Europe's elite. Golden rapeseed fields stretch as far as the eye can see, punctuated by traditional windmills that tell the thousand-year-old story of this land blessed by the gods. The royal ship Dannebrog, a veritable floating palace of the Danish monarchy, represents one of the most precious jewels of the European royal fleet. Built in 1932, this 80-meter-long royal yacht embodies pure maritime elegance. Its clean lines, precious mahogany, and sumptuous appointments make it much more than a simple means of transport. It is a living symbol of Danish grandeur, a floating ambassador that flies the kingdom's colors in every port it visits. Every square inch of this legendary ship exudes history and refinement, from the royal private rooms to the decks where the Dannebrog, the Danish flag that gave its name to this palace of the seas, proudly flies. When the royal couple landed on the island of Aero, an entire region lit up with pride. The inhabitants of this peaceful island, accustomed to the tranquility of their island paradise, were amazed to discover the natural poise of their sovereigns. King Frederik X, at the age of 55, exuded a benevolent authority and intellectual curiosity that immediately captivated. His unusual background, combining military training, political science studies, and international experience, shone through in every interaction with the local population. He didn't just shake hands and pose for photographs, he engaged in genuine conversations, took an interest in the daily concerns of the locals, and demonstrated a deep knowledge of local issues that surprised and delighted his interlocutors. Queen Mary, for her part, continues to amaze with her natural grace and authentic charisma. This extraordinary woman, born Mary Elizabeth Donaldson in Hobart, Tasmania, perfectly embodies the success of an exceptional royal integration. Her journey, from her legendary encounter with the future king at the Sydney Olympic Games in 2000 to her coronation, constitutes one of the most beautiful love stories of modern times. On the island of Aero, she once again reveals her remarkable talent for creating genuine human connections, speaking Danish with a perfection that testifies to her total commitment to her adopted homeland. The island of Aero holds fascinating secrets that explain why it attracts so many couples from around the world. Its unique legislation allows for weddings to be celebrated in record time, earning it the nickname, Europe's Las Vegas. But behind this administrative peculiarity lies a romantic tradition deeply rooted in Scandinavian culture. The island's idyllic landscapes, with its blazing sunsets over the Baltic Sea, flower-filled gardens, and centuries-old churches with soaring spires, create a naturally magical setting for tying the knot. Couples come from all over the world to enjoy this unique atmosphere, a blend of Nordic simplicity and timeless romance. Local gastronomy plays a central role in the Aero Island experience. The island's restaurants offer refined cuisine that showcases local seafood and land. Aero oysters, renowned for their exceptional flavor, are served alongside organic vegetables grown on the island's traditional farms. Artisanal cheeses, smoked rye breads, and local beers brewed according to age-old recipes create an extraordinarily rich culinary heritage. The royal couple, great lovers of Nordic gastronomy, delighted in discovering these authentic flavors that tell the story and deep identity of this unspoiled Danish land. The architecture of Aero Island bears witness to centuries of maritime and agricultural history. Traditional thatched roof houses, painted in vibrant colors that defy the winter gloom, create villages of striking beauty. Every building tells a story, from the old farmhouses converted into charming guest houses to the centuries-old lighthouses that still guide sailors to safe harbors today. Aeroskobing Castle, the island's architectural gem, stands majestic towers facing the sea, a silent witness to the centuries of Danish history that have shaped the identity of this exceptional land. The island's natural heritage constitutes a remarkably diverse ecosystem. Bird sanctuaries welcome thousands of migratory birds that make Aero an essential stop on their centuries-old routes. Gray seals bask on secluded beaches, creating scenes of natural poetry that enchant even the most jaded visitors. Centuries-old beach forests are home to unspoiled flora and fauna, offering sanctuaries of peace where time seems to stand still. Hiking trails wind through these varied landscapes, revealing new panoramas of breathtaking beauty at every turn. The royal visit is part of a centuries-old tradition of summer travel that allows Danish sovereigns to maintain a special connection with their territory. These cruises are not just vacations, they represent real fieldwork, a unique opportunity to meet the local populations, understand their concerns, and maintain the unbreakable bond between the crown and the people that constitutes the very essence of the Danish constitutional monarchy. King Frederik X and Queen Mary are thus continuing a tradition started by their predecessors, while bringing their own personal touch and modern vision of the royal office. The local economy of the island of Aero benefits considerably from these royal visits, which attract international media attention and promote tourism development. Local artisans, restaurateurs, hoteliers, and all the island's economic stakeholders see these exceptional events as a wonderful showcase for promoting their expertise and products. The "Visited by the Royal Family" label has become a guarantee of quality and authenticity, enhancing the island's entire tourism offering. This synergy between monarchical tradition and economic development perfectly illustrates the modernity of the Danish crown and its ability to positively support the evolution of society. The inhabitants of Aero cultivate an authentically Scandinavian way of life that immediately captivates visitors. The Danish concept of hygge, the philosophy of well-being and conviviality, finds a particularly pure and natural expression on this island. Cozy cafes where guests sip hot drinks in front of crackling fireplaces, long walks along deserted beaches at sunset, and evenings with friends in flower-filled gardens are all experiences that embody this gentle way of life so characteristic of Danish culture. By choosing to experience these simple and authentic moments, the royal couple demonstrates their connection to the deep-rooted values of their people. The maritime history of the island of Aero dates back to the time of the Vikings, those intrepid navigators who left their mark on European history. Archaeological remains discovered on the island bear witness to continuous human occupation for over 1,000 years. The former fishing ports, now converted into modern marinas, preserve in their sea-worn stones the memory of generations of sailors who braved the storms of the Baltic. This historical continuity creates an exceptional cultural depth that fascinates lovers of history and maritime heritage. The environmental dimension occupies a central place in the development policy of the island of Aero. Ecological initiatives, supported by the Danish authorities, make this island a life-size laboratory for sustainable development. Offshore wind turbines dotting the seascape provide clean, renewable energy, demonstrating Denmark's commitment to the energy transition. Organic farming practices, favored by local farmers, preserve the quality of the soil and groundwater while maintaining environmentally friendly productivity. This holistic approach to sustainable development appeals to the royal couple, known for their commitment to ecology and respect for nature. The artisanal traditions of the island of Aero perpetuate age-old skills that constitute an intangible heritage of inestimable value. Local potters craft unique pieces inspired by traditional Scandinavian motifs in their workshops. Weavers perpetuate the ancestral art of Nordic textiles, creating fabrics in shimmering colors that recount the legends and myths of Danish culture. Jewelers work with Baltic amber, a fossilized resin that sometimes contains plant or animal inclusions millions of years old, creating ornaments of mysterious and captivating beauty. These crafts, threatened by modern industrialization, find a refuge in islands like Aero where they can continue to flourish and be passed down to new generations. Traditional Danish music still resonates in the taverns and folk festivals of the island of Aero. Fiddles and accordions accompany centuries-old songs recounting maritime epics, thwarted loves, and local legends. These moments of musical conviviality create precious intergenerational bonds, allowing elders to pass on to younger generations. An exceptionally rich oral cultural heritage. The royal couple, both discerning music lovers, particularly appreciate these authentic artistic expressions that reveal the innermost soul of the Danish people. The island's religious architecture bears witness to the deep faith that has marked local history. The centuries-old churches, with their Gothic vaults and colorful stained glass windows, are architectural gems that attract lovers of sacred art from around the world. The ancient organs, perfectly maintained by passionate organ builders, still resonate during Sunday services and the exceptional concerts that punctuate the island's cultural life. These religious buildings, well beyond their spiritual function, represent community centers where social ties are woven and local traditions are perpetuated. The botanical gardens of the island of Aero are veritable treasures of biodiversity, home to rare and protected plant species. Local botanists, true guardians of this natural heritage, passionately cultivate old varieties of roses, peonies, and other flowers emblematic of Scandinavian culture. These gardens, open to the public during the summer months, offer visitors contemplative walks of soothing beauty. The royal couple, great gardening enthusiasts, were fascinated by these traditional horticultural techniques that allow them to bloom marvelously despite the sometimes unpredictable Nordic climate. Traditional fishing continues to punctuate the economic and social life of the island of Aero. Local fishermen, heirs to generations of sailors, practice techniques that respect the marine environment and guarantee the sustainability of fishery resources. The morning fish markets, where the night's catches are cheerfully traded, are colorful spectacles that enchant visitors. The smoking and preservation techniques of fish, perfected over the centuries, create culinary specialties of exceptional flavor that have made the island's gastronomic reputation far beyond the Danish borders. The festivals and cultural events that punctuate the year on the island of Aero attract visitors from all over Northern Europe. The Scandinavian Traditional Music Festival, held every summer, brings together the region's best performers for exceptional open-air concerts. The craft markets, where local creators and visiting artists mingle, create a creative buzz that boosts the island's cultural economy. These events, supported by local and national authorities, contribute to the island's international reputation and help preserve and promote its unique cultural heritage. The impact of a royal visit to the island of Aero goes far beyond tourism or media coverage. It represents official recognition of the cultural, environmental, and human value of this exceptional territory. The public investments that often accompany these royal visits help improve local infrastructure, support cultural initiatives, and finance sustainable development projects. This attention from the Crown to the island territories demonstrates the Danish monarchy's commitment to balanced development that respects local particularities. The international dimension of the visit takes on added significance when considering Denmark's diplomatic influence in Europe and around the world. Thanks to this highly publicized royal visit, the island of Aero has become an ambassador for the Scandinavian way of life and has drawn the attention of European decision-makers to issues of sustainable development, heritage preservation, and responsible tourism. This subtle yet effective cultural diplomacy contributes to Denmark's international reputation and strengthens its position of influence in European and international institutions. The youth of the island of Aero particularly benefit from these royal events, which create professional opportunities and open up prospects for the future. Through these visits, young islanders discover the importance of their local heritage and develop a sense of local pride that encourages them to invest in the development of their island. The educational programs implemented during these visits raise awareness among new generations of the environmental, cultural, and economic issues that will determine the future of their territory. The international media coverage of this royal visit helped raise awareness of the island of Aero beyond Scandinavian borders. Television reports, press articles, and social media posts created a remarkably effective tourism promotion effect. This media exposure, generally very positive, enhanced the image of Denmark and its island territories, strengthening their appeal to international tourists seeking authenticity and a cultural change of scenery. The legacy of this royal visit will endure long after the royal couple's departure. The inhabitants of the island of Aero will cherish the memories of this exceptional day, which is now part of local history. The photographs, testimonies, and anecdotes of this meeting between the sovereigns and their people enrich the island's memory and constitute stories that will be passed down to future generations. The modernity of the Danish monarchy shines through in every aspect of this visit. The royal couple, far removed from the rigid protocols of the past, favors authentic exchanges and spontaneous human encounters. This contemporary approach to the royal function, which combines respect for traditions and adaptation to societal changes, largely explains the popularity enjoyed by the Danish royal family among their fellow citizens and international public opinion. As the sun sets over the island of Aero and the royal ship Dannebrog prepares to set sail again for new horizons, a fascinating question remains: how will this small Danish island, with its centuries-old traditions and unspoiled beauty, continue to embody the very essence of the Scandinavian soul in a constantly changing world, and what ultimate secret does it still hide that even its illustrious royal visitors have not discovered?